In this video for section 8.2, we're going to talk about how to calculate sample size. So if you're going to conduct a survey, you might want to know how many people you need to give your survey to. And the answer to that question depends on the confidence level that you would like, your desired margin of error, and the population standard deviation. So we have this formula here where n is the desired sample size. And the formula is z times sigma divided by e, and then the whole thing squared. Or you can square each part individually first, sort of putting the squared outside of the parentheses onto each of these three numbers inside. The values for the variables here are that z is the critical value for the specified confidence level. And so we find our confidence level and we need to transform that into a value of z. And we'll talk about that next. E is the desired margin of error, which will be given to you in the problem. And of course, sigma is population standard deviation. So the values that you would plug in for z, if you want 90% confidence, you would use 1.645 for z. For 95% confidence, you would use 1.96. And for 99% confidence, you would use 2.576. And there's something a little bit different about calculating sample size, which is that you always round up. So we don't use our standard methods of rounding here, where we would round down if it's less than 0.5 and round up if it's more than 0.5. For example, if my answer was 82.1, then I would need to survey at least 83 people. So I would round that up to 83. 82 people would not be enough to achieve the level of accuracy that I want. So just watch out for that and make sure that you're rounding these in this special way to get the answers correct in the homework. So let's do example 8.4. The general manager for United Meat Producers is interested in estimating the mean pounds of hamburger that are purchased per month by households in the Honolulu area. He would like his estimate to be within plus or minus 0.5 pounds per month. So this is our margin of error here. Often it's going to be given to you as a plus or minus, but that's the margin of error, or E. He would like the estimate to be at the 99% confidence level. So that tells us that my value for Z, if I go back up here and look, is 2.576. And we can assume that the standard deviation for the hamburger purchase amount is 4.0 pounds. So that's going to be my value for sigma. What is the required sample size? So let's plug into the formula. It's going to be z times sigma divided by e. Go back up here. Z times sigma divided by e, and then square the whole thing. So we have 2.576 times 4.0, or just 4, divided by e, which is 0.5. And then I'm going to square that. So if I do this math inside the parentheses here, multiply 2.576 times 4 and then divide by 0.5, I get 20.608. And if I square that, I get 424.7. Now I'm going to round that up. Even if it was 0.1, I would still round it up to, I need to survey 425 people. Or actually, in this case, this is households.